Sir, the critical angle.
Right, that's a critical angle. All right, so then, all right, well done. So yeah, you actually mentioned a very important point there. All right, so light enter in from more dense medium to a less dense medium at an angle greater than the critical angle. Then it will be reflected, totally internally reflected. That is indeed true. So, all right, so we're hearing from you, definitely. Shantai, anything else?
Sir,
Mm-hmm.
we look at the endoscope.
Okay, the endoscope. Yeah, all right. I like that. Um, endoscope. All right. So quite a few mentions there. Um, mention the critical angle, and then
Sir, we learned
yeah.
about periscope.
Hold on, one at a time. Last one. You're ready to chip in now. But hold on, I thought you weren't at that last class. So you say you weren't at last class?
Sir, me just remember saying me did that last class. Me did
No,
it.
man, you're
Just
tricking me,
remember.
man. You trick me. No, man. They already have you been absent. All right. Let's go through the review. That's the important thing. Critical angle. Somebody said critical angle, TIR. I think you mentioned that. All right. I think this was fiber optic cable was mentioned by Dwayne. Um, and then of course light traveling from a more dense medium that was from Dijon. So all right, so critical angle persons here definitely contributed, and the last thing you said no was the endoscope. That was Shantai. All right, so that's the endoscope. All right, Shantai, what did we say about the endoscope?
Sir, it's a flexible tube with a light and a camera attached to it.
Right. Light on a camera. All right. So all right, well, fine. But how would it apply to total internal reflection? That's the idea. Um, all right. Let's all right, let's get from some person. So we have a few contributions here. Daniel. Daniel, hiding from us there.
Yes, sir.
Oh, careful, taking too long to answer now. Yeah, what we did last class? What else did we look at last class?
Sir, we looked at a past paper question with the critical angle.
Oh, the critical angle. All right. I will pass you a question about a critical angle. All right, so you remember. All right, fine, fair enough. Chanel, what were you saying though? After you remember that you were a class.
Sir, I was saying that we learn about periscope and sir, me tell you baby?
No.
All right.
So what is it?
Sir, you say me no fit tell you.
No, you asked me to tell me. Yeah.
Oh, sir, sir, is a narrow tube that consists of two mirrors set at 45 degrees angle.
All right. So making a good attempt there. All right. Well done. Chanel. Let's continue then. Gennaro was saying something.
So it consists of both right angles, like two right angles of like it depends on and see, sir. Like you use it for worship and all those things, sir. Consists of two angles, sir. Bent.
Okay. All right. Well, pretty much a similar thing. All right. So yeah, fine. That all of that was discovered. A lot of things we did. Certainly, guys, these things are important. Today's a second. Let's just go back to where we were. All right. This thing looks like it not updating. I should have the periscope there. All right. So that's that, guys. So we certainly looked at quite a few things in one class. And the idea is that the information stay in your head. All right. Just make it be a part of you. And we're moving on now. With the last thing we would have looked at was what a lens is. And keep looking at these objectives here, because again, this is where CXC is right now in terms of recent past papers. Looking at them, it's all about lenses. Even in the Cape physics, they're sending these things, CXC stuff. So it might just follow you. So after fifth form, you say, all right, boom, you get your 1 or a 2 for physics, then you go and bam, you do Cape. And then before you know, when you do Cape exam, or you say, what? But we got this last year. It's back. I mean, that's how CXC works. CXC is trying to ensure that you learn certain stuff. So anything that everybody else have a habit of not doing well throughout the years, that will be what CXC would use to set the exam. So don't fall into those traps. And this is one of them. The lens topic. It's not. I don't think it's well taught across the Caribbean. So we have to put ourselves in a good position here. We have to be able to do these 5 things easily. Define the terms: principal axis, principal focus, focal length, focal plane, and magnification. All right. So these are what we're going to look at right now in today's class. All right. No, let's just look at all right, principal axis and those stuff. All right, let's talk about these terms here. Let's see if there's anything we can look at before though. Illustrate the effect of converging and diverging lens. We should probably explore this too. Let me see if I can find something that you guys can relate to. Certainly we can do a lab on this. It'd be nice if we did a lab on this one. I can tell that many schools do a lab on the lens at CXC level. It's usually done at Cape level, but if you can do it at CXC level and get a good understanding of it, it's a good chance here. All right, let me think. I'm having some problems here. My connection seems to be giving trouble. All right. The server down. All right. So in the meantime, we'll just continue then. All right. Principal axis, principal focus. What are these? Everybody know what an axis is? You know what the word axis mean?
Sure, no line.
All right, let's start with a line. All right, so what happens at the line? At that line? First of all, do you have an axis? Tell me something that you know have an axis.
Graph.
All right, good. I like that. You're making the right connection. Yeah. The lines on the graph, you call them axis. All right. I like that. So it's a line. Let's work with that. That is part of the definition. It's a line. The earth, who said that? Deborah?
Yes.
Yeah, that's sound like some grade 6 knowledge here. All right, that's good. Yeah, definitely.
That's so mean.
Yeah, but that's yeah, you learned that from a long time. So the earth is on the axis, right? mean something you don't know for pepper or GSAT. But yeah, the Earth has an axis. So so all right, why does the Earth have an axis? Why does the Earth need an axis?
Cause something that like you have to rotate around the solar.
Oh yeah. You need a point at which it can rotate. Yeah, I like that. And so comparing that, all right, so question now, where is that axis of the Earth located then? If it's going to spin or rotate, where would the axis of the Earth be? Right, because there's something.
Sir,
Yes, it were
it's in the center.
in the center. I love that. Yeah, that's it, in the center. All right. So anything about axis now, guys, of objects? Think about the center of the object. So what's the definition for principal axis? Let's find that out. Definition. What's that?
Sir, seen as they say, I center,
Mm-hmm.
and they say root. So that means the axis is a straight line then that which things rotate around or something like that.
Yeah, you could, yeah. A fixed point, usually in the geometric center of object about which an object can rotate. That's one way to define it. Let's go to a more and I'm gonna give it them one by one so you see what's happening here. All right. So yeah, guys, every object in real life have a center. It has a geometric center, which is actually the axis of the object. When we do center of gravity, we're gonna talk about that same concept here. But all right, everybody seeing the screen now?
Yes, sir.
There we have it. We have our principal axis, the definition. Straight line that goes through the center of a lens at right angles to the lens surface. That's all I need. If you can remember this definition, you're going to get the full marks for the principal axis. Any questions here?
No, sir.
All right. So yeah, that's our all right. So that's our definition, the principal axis. All right. So let's look at the next one. And the next term would have been principal focus. So let's just check that out now. Principal focus. There are so many ways to look at this thing. All right, principal focus. All right. What does the word focus mean?
To be on point or
To me, I'm fine.
Right.
All right, let's go with that.
well,
All right.
have a
So-
target or something, sir. Like
A target, yeah, I like that. Target is a better word to use there. It's a target. So all right, so let's get a new slide then. A blank one. All right. And you're saying that you mentioned something about a target.
yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, you're on the right track there. So all right. So a principal focus then is otherwise known as the focal point. I could give you the simple common definition. I know that the traditional way to define the focal point is to say that it's the point, it's a point at which a given lens focus light rays. So that's one way to define it. But look at this one. Rays parallel to the principal axis after being refracted by a lens will pass through a point and the principal axis known as the focal point, or what they call the principal focus. So any questions here, guys?
No, sir.
All right. Interesting though, why CXC use the term principal focus. Let's go back to the syllabus and see what they're asking you to remember. They have principal focus and there is focal point. And begs the question though, is it the same thing? And I usually have a problem with how CXC uses terms that are sort of different. Maybe it could be an American thing versus a British thing. But let's see. Let's see. I'm actually seeing a difference here on some farms here. All right. Well, no. Okay. So it's actually the same thing. All right. They actually say the same thing, and we can actually run with this definition that we have here. All right. So okay. Let's bring it up back. Yeah. Focal point. So. All right. Is there a simpler way to define this? I'm still not fully comfortable with this definition. I don't like definitions that are too wordy and technical and sound as if you're a person with a PhD writing it. I want it to be student friendly and at the same time correct. So principal focus. All right. So it's a point at which point at which so a lens focuses parallel rays parallel rays on the principal axis. All right, I think this is better. Right. Yeah, that's it. Find out which a lens focuses parallel rays on the principal axis. That's it. I think this is better. I think with this definition, it's correct, This one in blue is correct. However, I think they're using too many technical terms to explain it. So when you use focuses now, all right, let's we could use refract there as a synonym for it. So let's go. So that would make it saying the same thing. Yeah. That's it. All right. So it's the same thing but different wording. Again, I want to find something that's friendly for you. Point at which a lens focuses or refracts parallel light rays on the principal axis. That's it. Any questions there, guys?
No, sir.
All right. So we have to get these definitions spot on here. So we're on the focal length now. Focal length. This is easy to define. Usually the first two is what students usually blunder on exams. They really make a mess of it in exams. But focal length is easy because focal length is just the distance from the principal focus to the center of the lens. That's it. Focal plane now is another thing that boggles me from CXC because I'm wondering we ask students to define the focal plane. Is it really a thing though? It's not in optics. Is it a thing? Let's see. It's not, in my opinion. But what's the focal plane? And what do they refer to as the focal plane? Because it might be referred to as something else. But what on earth is the focal plane? All right. So, all right. Let's see if we can. Maybe we can bring up this. Well, the same plane aspect was used in the Snell's law, where it was saying that it was actually saying that all of the normal and the incident rays and refracted rays would lie on the same plane. So it's the same, actually the same definition. When you think of a plane though, plane, what comes to mind?
Plane.
Yeah. I remember we have different type of plane. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Deborah.
So I said a flat surface.
A flat surface. Okay. Yeah, surface. I like that. Surface is the keyword here. Does it have to be flat though? Well, yeah, not just flat, but that's a two-dimensional surface. All right. let's go with that definition. Two-dimensional surface, which contains the which contains all of these that we just mentioned. All right, so two-dimensional surface which contains the principal axis and principal focus of a given lens, as well as its focal length. That is a plane. Any diagram, two-dimensional, that's covering that has all of these things. All right, here's a all right. We could actually say it's interesting. There's a different view here. Let's get this image on the screen because this is interesting. No, what they're actually showing you indirectly, why CSEC do this define these terms in this order is that they want to teach you how to draw what they call a ray diagram for a lens. Now, pay attention to this. Look at this. Everybody seeing this?
Yes, sir.
Look at that. This is actually they have that focal plane there, but they have it as a location. All right, so it's actually a location on the diagram. And again, I was saying all the things would be found at that focal plane. So basically, you put an object at the focus, and then you see where. So it would be on the principal axis. So be on that same plane there. This is looking like a vertical line going through the focus. And so and look at that. This is another diagram. Let's get it in 3D and see what it looks like. More. Everybody seeing that now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So all right, that will cover it still. That will cover it. That will cover it. The other image, the other one had just a line, but then that can be misleading because this now looking like more 3D. It's not just a line, it's a surface. The plane is a surface where all of these things are accounted for. The axis, the lens, the focus, the focal length. Let's see if we can find. All right. Let me see if we can get something more formal for this one. All right. So all right. So the surface that's perpendicular. And actually it's the entire thing. Let's come back. Let's drop this here. All right. All right. All right, the focal plane. Yeah, it's plane through the focus, perpendicular to the axis of a mirror or lens. All right, we're going to work with this one. Let's put this as a perpendicular. And let's put this in bold and red. And let's get this up right here. All right, so yeah. All right, so plane through the focus is a plane through the focus of a perpendicular. All right, so it's a plane through the focus perpendicular to the axis of a mirror or lens. All right, so let's work with that. So we have definitions for, I didn't give you a focal length, no? All right, let's give you a focal length. I did say it, but I don't think I gave something in written. So let's go with focal length. And why focal length is a big thing is that you usually get questions to calculate the focal length of a lens. Very common. So let's just go for the definition here. All right, there's actually two definitions for this one. Because if, for example, if you go to an eye doctor to test your eyes and so on, in fact, they are testing the focal length of your eyes. You want to see how far they would have to put something for you to see it. And they're putting it at average distance where most persons can see. And then they judge your eyes after that. All right, so focal length is a big concept. So this is, let's say this is your eye, and this is the object that you're looking at. I mean, if the object has to be too close for you to see it, as they see the detail of it, then means they would say that you're nearsighted. But then if it's further than normal for you to be able to see it properly, they will say you're farsighted. So if it's average, they say you're okay. You have what they call 20/20 vision, or some other descriptive term for your eyes. So, but in terms of a physics exam, the simplest definition we could give you here is just the distance from the center of the lens to the mirror. So let's come up with that one. All right, it's gonna be here. And that's focal length. All right, so here you go. So let's bring that. All right, distance between the center of a lens or curved mirror. All right. All right, since we're not going to use curved mirrors in CXC, we can take out that. And let's put principal here. Yeah. All right, that's it. That's how we're going to use. All right, so simple, accurate definitions here. And of course, we already defined the axis already. So any questions here, guys?
No, sir.
All right, let's get the no. Okay, good. This is actually loading. No, I wanted to show you something. If so let's see if I can find that. All right, I think we have something can show you. Let's see. This is beautiful. All right. This is actually asking me to get I don't know, HTML5. Let's see. There's guess what? No, stop use Flash. No, can't use Flash again. So therefore, this experiment won't work. All right. All right. Well, this is sad because this was a lovely experiment to show you, but it's not gonna work. All right. So Flash stop work. All right. So let's continue. Definition here: five things focal plane. We just discover focal plane. Magnification is actually a straightforward definition. All right. What does the word magnify mean? Anybody know?
To make bigger.
All right, very good. Magnify means to make
Or to
bigger.
zoom in.
No, you're getting carried away, Jedi. Zoom in. You're getting zoom. Let's stick with the first one. Even though I get the picture where you're saying zooming in, you know, magnify means to make bigger. But in the context of a lens now, we want to focus on the size of the object. So that's it. The size of the image in relation to the object. That's really what magnification is. So when you're using a microscope or a magnifying glass, you're trying to see an object, and as Janari say, it's to make it bigger, but it's not the object that is being made bigger. It's the image of the object that is being made bigger. All right. Hope everybody understanding that. So you can make an image, so you can make the image of an object bigger, but you can't necessarily make the object bigger. You know, if you understand what I mean. So I can I can basically take a picture of you.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah. And then I can blow up that image, but I can increase your size. That
Yes,
would
sir.
mean
Just like in a magnifying glass, the image is actually in the magnifying glass, but the object is not actually making bigger.
right. Very good. So you're getting the concept there. So the magnification basically is just the image size over object size. That's the simplest way to define it. But let's see if we can find something more formal. And so about formality here. All right. Yeah. Here we go. And if I can put it here. All right. And I should be seeing this. All right. Magnification of a lens is the ratio of the height of image to the height of the object, which is also equal to the ratio of the image distance to that of the object distance. All right. That's it. That's magnification. All right. So 5 important definitions, guys, for a lens. And this, I would say this has been on previous exams. All right. After learning these things, guys, the idea here is to be able to calculate these things. And so they give you here, apply the equations for magnification. So magnification is also done shown here as well. All right. Image size over object size, or image distance over object distance. And they use V and U for that. Usually in physics though, anything initial, they usually give it the letter U. Anything final, they give it the letter V. That's a common trend. But then it's just a part of the formula that they give you. Determine the focal length of a lens. That is, so these are questions that you get. So for lens now, guys, there are 2 important formulas that you guys would need to know. And for the lens formula, the 2 lens formula, after knowing the definitions, well, you could say 3. The first one, which is important, is 1 over F is equal to 1 over U plus 1 over V. All right, we'll explain these in a minute. And then M is equal to, well, let's call it, I think this is what they use in England. They say high over ho, and then this is they say die over do. And of course the I mean image and the O mean object. So so H mean height of image. In this case, HO means height of object. All right, and of course D means distance of the image, and do or DO here means distance of the object. All right, so these are the important formula for length. All right, and all right, so now let's go on to what these terms mean, and let's maybe use different color here. Maybe use a black. All right, in the first formula now, F means focal length, guys. Focal length. The U stands for, actually this is the object distance. So and then of course the V stands for image distance. All right. Again, here the H is height. And then of course I here is the image. So, and then this is object. So anywhere you see the O is object, anywhere you see the I is image. And I mean the image here. All right. So yeah, guys, let's see these at work now. This will bring us to a more recent past paper question. As in the past, they didn't ask a lot of these questions, but then suddenly they just like 2 years in a row them send it. It's amazing. Let's see if I can find any. There's so many questions I have on that one, but all right. Thing about it is when you're looking for questions, CXE's question bank again it's not from CXE. So CXE is just serving the current, but CXE actually buy questions really. CXE buy questions or pay people to write questions. So so the best way to really prepare for a CXE exam, yeah, past papers helps. However, if you need something more than just past papers, you need like exam questions across the world. So the reason for that is that CXE could buy questions from other examination bodies. You know, in England you have GCE, you have AQA, you have EdExcel. You have so many exams that they do in England, and they ask the same. Well, they do the same thing, but they ask questions in different ways. All right. In America, you'd have GED. That's their exam. I think not sure what they have in Canada. Canada probably have a secondary level thing, but I know CXC will definitely buy from this company known as IB, which is International Baccalaureate. That's that they use in Europe, and they use it in the US as well. So you have to look far and wide for questions to work, guys. Past papers alone is, well, I mean, it's enough to get a good grade, yes, if you have a good SBA. But if you really want to be up there with the persons who get in the as you know, CXE give top awards for persons in every exam. Like they give like scholarships and so to persons in the top 10 for physics and other subjects. But then to be in that, you have to be a cut above everybody. And past papers is those students who get that, the CXE past papers, them hardly work them. They work in some crazy stuff, like stuff way above CXE. And some of these students actually, they don't know that they do CXE until them tell them, say them for go an exam. Because they just they're working on questions, and them, some of them all have private tutor too, where them can pay. You know, and so when they're doing exam, CXE is just, you know, I don't know, they don't even know what CXE they're doing, put it that way. So I'm saying that you are basically competing with them. I know that everybody just want a grade 1, but if you can get in that top 10 list, there's a top 10 for the Caribbean, and there's also a top 10 for Jamaica as well. So that's different. Anyway you take it, you still will get something. If you get the top 10 in Jamaica, you might not necessarily be in the top 10 in the Caribbean, but top 10 in Jamaica, they're going to invite you to a little banquet, a little award ceremony, and then you collect your prize and all that sort of stuff. Beautiful though. That's something to aim for. All right. So in that case, those students would have them sure so they might get a grade 1, but they weren't just settling for a grade 1. They wanted to be the best at the subject. All right. And that's where I wanted to at least have a little tunnel vision to see, that's how far I can aim for. But these are little things that you'd have to know. I mean, I wish that when you guys do your exam, you have a good exam. I mean, it's really something that I always wish my students do. But so these two things, I'm trying to just find a question though. That's not necessarily CXE, but could be CXE. That's the one like it before. Yeah, I think it is in this folder. All right, let's put in lenses. I think I sort them out by topic. So let's put in lens. And yeah, I'm seeing something. This is all right. This is big. This is huge. All right. Let me share this a good thing here. I'll show what these questions going to look like. And usually these questions are a lot of drawing as well. They will ask you to draw stuff. All right. No sec. And all right. There's VHIT. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Just found it. All right. Good. So I'm going to send these. All right. And I might just send it in the group too because this thing is huge. All right. So this going be like something you're going to see in a lab as well as you see it on a past paper. All right. There you go. All right. Good. So I'm going to let me see how much pages. A 4-page. All right. Send this. Better yet. Yeah, this is something. I'll delete that page. All right. This. Yes. All right. And then now, I'm going to export it right now. Yeah. You should see it in a few seconds. No, I'm not showing there. All right, no problem there. Can show it on this side then. All right, let's go back. All right. Switching the screen now to screen 3. All right, buddy, seeing this?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All right. This is the type of questions that they will ask for lenses. And the converging lenses is the more popular one, but recently them start ask about the diverging lens still. But all right, you see a question like this now that asking you to give an answer here. All right, figure 7.1 represents an object O placed in front of a converging lens. All right, and object is O, but you see the question I asked here, state a full description of the image. All right. So now let's look at it. It's actually easier than you think. If it's the first part of a question, it's gonna be the easier part. All right. So looking at O, all right, which is just this thing here. Let me just put the hand there. Body scene we are pointing.
Yes, sir.
All right. So this is the O and this is the I. O represents object, I represents image. All right. So talk to me now. When you're saying description of the image, we're going to compare it to the object. All right. What is the most obvious thing you can say when you compare the image to the object here? For 2 marks, they're looking for 2 things.
The image is larger.
Very good. Simple as that. The arrow where you see for I is larger than O. Everybody say that?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right. So image is larger than object. What we're starting with the M means the same thing.
Magnification.
It is magnified. All right. So that is the first answer here. The object is magnified. 1 mark for that. What else? Remember the terms and that you learn how you describe object.
Plain. Ah.
Which which direction the arrow pointing for the object? Which direction is it pointing? Which direction is the arrow pointing for the object?
Sir, up.
Up. What direction the arrow pointing for the image?
Up. Sir.
Up.
All right. So what objective? What? All right. So what adjective mean up?
Like north.
No. Upright. The
Forward.
word is upright. Upright
Yeah.
means that it is standing up straight. So therefore, the word you should use is upright and it is magnified. But you see that?
Yes, sir.
All right. So so that is what I mean. State a full description of the image. There's many more you could say about it, but the obvious thing is that the eye in this diagram is bigger. All right, the eye is a lot bigger. So therefore, it is magnified. It's also upright. You could also say that the image is on the same side as the object as well. Because you have this side of the lens and then you have this side of the lens. So all those things you could say. All right, any questions?
Oh, sir.
No. And these are the questions. No, I don't have, I have limitations using this side because this don't allow me to write and to use a pen. But let me see if I can get some tools here to use. All right. Well, I think there is a fill and sign thing here. Let me see if I can. Oh. And that has my signature there. Don't want that. You're not giving me a pen there. All right. No, it's not working. All right. Well, yeah, it's not going to work. No. So, all right. Let's continue then. All right. So, full description here is back to document. Is that all right? Upright and larger than object. Image larger than object. All right. Using letters and 7.1, identify the focal length of the lens. All right. Maybe I should just send this to you guys. Let me see if I can scroll through it. Is there any page that looks out of place? I think this is good. We're going to send it as is right now. Let me just save it. All right, and you should see it in the group. I'm going to send it in the group so you can look at it on the phone there. Oh, 1 sec. Let's see it, man. All right. All right, 4 minutes to go. All right, good. No, All right. So I'm going to send it shortly. Where is this? Let me switch the screen. All right. So let's back over there. Find if it is group here. Oh, this is interesting. All right. Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, you should see it in the group, Charlie. Let's see. You see it?
Yes, sir.
Mm. All right. All right, let me just say. Oops. Yeah, that's sometime. All right. Yes.
Sir, most times I see the lens in between the image and the object.
Oh, yeah. But then this one, no, you're seeing it different, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's on the same side. All right, let me switch back this screen. All right, so this is what you're saying. Most times you see the image rear on the other side.
Yes, sir. Like that one at the bottom, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's true. But when explain all of that step by step. But I just wanted to be familiar with the type of questions that could be asked about it and how it looks on paper. But then 2 says using letters in 7.1, identify the focal length of the lens. Where would you say the focal length of the lens is? Which letter? Because the letters that they're giving you here is P, Q, R, and S. And they say using the letters and P, Q, R is here. Identify the focal length of the lens. All right. Which letter would you choose? All right. That's a question. Now, the focal length we say is the distance between the principal focus and the center of the lens. So which letter is the center of the lens?
Q, sir.
Center of the lens. Center of the lens. Can't tell me Q. Q is the object.
R.
R, sir.
Thank you very much. It's R. Good. So R is the center of the lens. All right. And we say that the principal focus now is a point where it focuses the light rays, like a center. Now, after it passes, and it's an easy question. After the light passes through the lens, where does it bend towards? Which letter?
Where does it bend?
All right, it bend to S. You see it? It bend to S because see the arrow them showing you say this is the object at Q, right? Them label the object O. Them call it O because it is an object. They place it at the letter Q here. Light rays leaving this object. All right, so some of them gonna go up this way, and some going past through the center. No, the rule is that through the axis, the center of the lens, light does not bend at that point, like goes straight through. So that's why that ray goes straight through. But any other light ray, all right, coming from the object will bend towards the focus. And in this question, it is bending towards S. After it passes the center of the lens, it bend towards S. Everybody seeing that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So that's all they're asking for. Using letters, identify the focal length of the lens. All right. And the focal length of the lens is actually the distance between R and S. So you'd say the answer for that is RS. All right. And so you have to look at the questions. All right. And then for the last one before we end is draw an eye suitable place to view the image. In other words, we're going to see this image. We're going to look and see this image. All right. So, all right. I would have to explain this next class. But that's I like this question, because it was basically them expecting you to explain how a magnifying glass work, which is what they're showing here. All right. So, all right. So we'll pick up on this and when you have class again Thursday. All right. So let's see if I can get this in the PowerPoint, but doesn't seem to be working. All right. So that's it for today, guys. Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay.
You can go back to magnification definition, please.
Yeah, sure. All right. Let me just switch the screen here.
Sorry, I go send them in a group in notes.
The notes I could
Yes,
send
sir.
them.
Do that, please.
All right. 1 sec. Magnification definition. Then we'll go to it. Oh, no pass it. See it here. All right. So I'm sending notes here now. All right. Let's see if I can cut them out. Only. All right, we gotta get this one last class still. All right, I'll send these.
So, this is some good news in about me if it's true.
What's the good news?
We get paper 1 and 2.
What you call that good news? You never want paper 1 alone.
Remember, say here is notice, say if I just paper 1 alone, I the answer wrong or right. But if we get paper 2, we have a chance we can pick up a couple marks.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's a much fairer exam with paper 2. But that was always on the table, you know. There was no way CXC was going to go back to paper 1 alone. It for number 1, it caused too much problem, and number 2, persons who don't deserve, in my opinion, to pass, they're going to pass because them lucky or them just get some past paper questions the night before and it just happen to repeat and them circle the right answer and them get a grade 1 and for really doing nothing. And yet you have students who work very hard, excellent students, and could barely pass the exam. In fact, probably fail. I know of schools where the best student who them every teacher say, yeah man, that boy they'll get a 1, that girl they'll get a 1, you might get distinction straight A. And then last year exam, them do the exam, come back, results come back, fat all 4. So them get the 4 and it's like everybody in a shot now because them must say, oh, them best student will get 4. And after them feel like so them would get. So Mark, you know, some schools have a way for overestimate them student performance, but at the same time, with paper 1 make that kind of harder for you really judge what your student going to get, you know. So right now people still getting higher grades than what I sent up for them because I have to send up a grade for the students them. And also I have students where do half of them SBA and hardly come a class, come a probably 2 little marathon when we keep with paper 1 and get a grade 2. Yet I have students who have been at every class and my best students and them get 3. And you know, and the grade keep changing because them check last year them was getting 3 and then them check back now it's 2. So I don't know what's happening. All because CXE say them are just do paper 1. They shouldn't have done that in the first place. So the exam was already set at the time of COVID. They should have just go through with it. So what's going to happen is this. Perhaps that paper, you might just get that paper that should be given last year. And but that's something we will discuss nearer to exam though. Kind of too far to talk about that. When we get labs out of the way, when we get these topics out of the way, you can see the exam much clearer. All right, guys. So
One last thing.
Yes.
Repeat no question to that. I'll be the first question I'm gonna send you.
Yeah, it's very, that's what they say.
The multiple choice, yes, sir.
Yeah, man, which is good because I don't say I have been investing in questions across the world, you know. So if CXC, that make it even it might seem harder, but to me, I like it because all it do know is make me go in my question bank and pull questions when I store from me there college, me I store questions and we just go and pull out some multiple choice and then you know we work through them. It's not a problem. If they're going fresh, that's what they should have done long time. Um, but let's see. Let's see how it goes. It means that we have to go change our mindset. And like what you tell me that now, can drop in some multiple choice in a class when you know we're going through some stuff. So that's actually a good contribution. So that's good. You know, you would have seen it. There was something released today, right?
Sir, an article.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was on Twitter, I think, or something like that. I didn't get a chance to look at it, but you guys are telling me about it, which is good. So you have to stay on top of things like that. All right. So you guys, I would say, if you stick with this plan here, let us meet regularly and get through the work, then you get there. You know, those little things won't face you. And is for persons who are trying to go around the thing because it was getting so bad that schools were just trying to go around the thing. Them now and do the work where CXC say if you do. And they might pull out some grade and I say, yeah. When in truth and in fact, all they were doing was just drilling past questions and multiple choice. They got lucky and they get good grades. So this time no want a level playing field now. The people them will really do the work. We take the time out to go through the syllabus and work the appropriate questions. Those are students that should be rewarded. So as we say, we could just take it as gospel, as Benito say, as him says, good news. We take it as gospel and run with it and do our part. So that's all we can do here. All right. So, all right, guys. So let's stick with it, you know, because you see, I send this in the group so you can go through the questions. And if you have any questions, you ask. I think I've been getting questions from I believe it's Dwayne. Yeah, Dwayne has been sending me some working out of some past paper questions I sent in the group, which is commendable. Actually, was looking through it today and realized that all right, so he's practicing and he's getting better. So I wish that everybody could do the same thing, but let's see how that plays out later on. But you guys looking good so far, you know. If Benito do the same thing we talked about in chemistry class, but we are in physics class now. Benito is contributing. Is too upfront. Everybody else the way in the background. So it's like almost like them just part the way for Benito talk. And I say, no, everybody need to contribute. You know, I want to hear more. I want to hear more from everybody else. So you have to just be confident. All right. And it's gonna be harder now. It's not face to face. So you're probably more timid and you kind of say, well, sure, afraid. Some people probably afraid of what I going to say, but believe me, what I'm gonna say is baby stuff compared to what those examiners will say when they put the pen to the paper. All right. So you have to just work with it. Because the only thing when I give you a response, it is only for you to come better the next time and don't make the same mistake again. All right. So I will say, so don't be afraid of what I'm gonna say. All right. Just know say I have your best interest in heart. I want you guys to do what CX you want and even more. So you can get the grade that you're looking for. All right. So I can't be soft or overlook certain things when it comes to that. I have to be very vigilant. And trust me, guys, I won't let up. So you guys need to do your part, contribute in class, be a part of the class, do the questions that are sent in the group. All right, go through them. And you guys have to take charge on the class. I'm telling you, other classes that are at IPAS are doing that. English class have study group, bio class must have study group, social studies must have study group. You guys, when is your time? You know, you have to make that step. So remember, as we tell you, this exam is a competition, it's not that where you know or say what sir say. Yeah, sir, I guide you. But then remember, say you have people who push the bar to COVID time, COVID time now. So what's gonna happen now? People that them yard, people spend more time in the book. So it means to say the chance of them doing well is greater now. It's greater now than before. So you might just find yourself say you have to work harder to get the grade. If it wasn't COVID and it was normal thing, then you could have argued, say, all right, maybe through them have to go to school and things are right. Them are more distracted now and they now pull off the grade. People are going to pull off the grade in this exam, guys. So this might just be similar to last year's sitting. So yes, he said it was just paper 1 last year, but this year it's paper 1 and 2. But remember, people there, them yard, you don't know what they're doing at them yard. You don't know if them a be book to some level where basically CXC coming like baby thing to them. And remember, say, is the person who get the highest going to set the bar for grade 1. It's not who get over 80, it's who get the most set the grade 1. So if everybody were their home in this COVID, this quarantine time, decides they might beat books, people in a Trinidad or in Guyana, some of them probably not even have internet in Guyana too. Guyana is a relatively poor country compared to Jamaica. So they don't have internet, they have them book. And Guyanese people take them books seriously. Trinidad people now, them have whole heap of, what you call it now? Whole heap of people write exam and as a leak paper give them. Trinidad is known for that sort of stuff. The same teacher will set the CXC question, I teach them in a class and I give them the question, them and say, watch out now, this is a come exam. And there's nothing that we can do about it. But it happens. Trinidad, in the last meeting I had with the examiners, it was mainly Trinidad, and the chief marker is from Trinidad. The who else now? The assistant chief is from Trinidad. And they are very brilliant people. The people who know physics like crazy. Them some of them are even engineer where them go to engineering school and decide them go teach. And them can do that in Trinidad because Trinidad money good. So yeah, people bright people are go teach physics in Trinidad, and them will pay them more if you teach physics in Trinidad. So that's what we're working against. You're not going to find a lot of Jamaicans pushing the bar. We don't have enough persons on that CXC board for physics. So we don't have much of a say then in the questions. And I've seen it over and over since 2010. Questions are looking more like a Trinidad type of thing. All right. So as we say, guys, a word to the wise here. All right. Underneath, understand, say this thing is serious. If you want to do well at this subject, you have to do your work. You have to look 15 minutes a day at a physics question and try to do it. And all it takes is to recall the right words, the right word for a simple question. All right, don't have to read no whole heap of book and say, well, how am I going to remember all of this? No, just remember some key words. A new word from physics in the vocabulary is all it takes. So that's the situation here. So guys, let me say, wish you all the best. And thanks for coming out here today. And enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you guys on, when is it? On Thursday. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir.
All right, cool.
Sir,
Yes, Marlon. Yes, Marlon.
how many labs have been done?
At the moment, just one.
Just one. And which lab is that?
The pendulum. It was sent in the group. You're not in the group.
Yes, sir.
Well, it's in the group. It was sent.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, man. All right.
Sir, this Saturday we meet up in physics or chemistry.
Yeah, I think this Saturday is for chemistry.
All right, sir.
Yeah.